Step into the ring, fans. It's main event reports, bringing you all the latest from WWE. Don't forget to subscribe, and let's get started. What unfolded tonight on Monday Night Raw wasn't just another promo segment. It was a moment that reminded fans why CM Punk remains one of the most compelling voices in professional wrestling. The reigning WWE World Heavyweight Champion walked out in street clothes, microphone in hand, and delivered a speech that blended gratitude, defiance, and challenge in one of the most talked-about monologues of the year. What started as a heartfelt acknowledgement quickly became a statement of dominance, setting the stage for a new wave of rivalries that could define Raw's next chapter. CM Punk's emotional opening. When Punk stepped through the curtain, the crowd roared with a mix of respect and anticipation. There was no flashy entrance gear, no smoke, just Punk, the title over his shoulder, and that familiar edge in his eyes. He began by thanking the people who stood by him when things were uncertain. First came his wife, R.J. Lee, the woman he credited for holding him steady during the rough years so he could reach moments like this. Then came the fans. "Some call you the WWE Universe," Punk said, pacing the ring. "But to me, you're my fans. I don't hold this title without you." The crowd responded in kind, a chant of "Thank you, Punk," echoing through the arena. It wasn't the usual Punk pipe bomb, no venom, no shots fired at management. This was a veteran acknowledging that time changes everything, including how a man sees his own success. But then the tone shifted. The Champion's Challenge. After thanking his supporters, Punk made it clear that sentimentality doesn't replace hunger. He reminded everyone that his reign at SummerSlam was just the beginning. "Winning it once wasn't enough," he declared. "Now I want to hold on to it with everything I've got." He listed names, a who's who of WWE's toughest and most ambitious, calling out Bron Breakker, Bronson Reed, AJ Styles, Finn Balor, Dominic Mysterio, Sheamus, even John Cena. "If you've earned it," he said, "get in line." It was classic Punk, equal parts confidence and challenge. The locker room had been put on notice. Anyone who wanted the top spot would have to go through the man who built his career by breaking rules and defying odds. The interruption. Logan Paul enters the scene. Just as the crowd absorbed Punk's words, the music hit. Logan Paul's entrance theme blasted through the arena, and instantly the energy shifted. The YouTube star turned superstar strolled to the ring with that trademark smirk, microphone in hand, clearly enjoying the boos raining down. Punk's face said it all, irritation mixed with disbelief. "Anyone but Logan," he snapped, telling him to take his act to SmackDown where, in Punk's words, blue is your color. He even pointed Logan toward Ilya Dragunov as a more fitting opponent. The jab got a laugh from the crowd, but also a reminder. Punk doesn't play nice when it comes to protecting his turf. Enter Paul Heyman and the heavy hitters. Before Punk or Logan could exchange more words, Paul Heyman appeared at the top of the ramp, flanked by two powerhouses, Bronson Reed and Bron Breakker. Heyman, ever the manipulative mouthpiece, called Punk a king without a crown, suggesting that his championship might be temporary, that he was, in Heyman's words, waiting in line for the line. The insult cut deep, and Punk's smirk disappeared. Breakker grabbed the microphone next. "We've waited 2 weeks, and the dog's done waiting," he said, stepping closer. "Time to knock the king off the throne." The tension snapped instantly. The psychology behind Punk's words, beyond the spectacle, there was real depth in what Punk said. Beneath the bravado, his speech carried the tone of a man aware of time's passing, a champion who knows that every reign ends someday and wants to define his legacy before it does. His line about making money and being champion, not making friends, wasn't arrogance, it was honesty. Punk has always thrived in conflict. It fuels him. Whether the boos or cheers are louder, he feeds off both. His gratitude toward AJ Lee and his fans showed that, for all his edge, Punk remains grounded in loyalty. And his readiness to list opponents proves he understands that being champion isn't about resting on status, it's about defending it, again and again. Bron Breakker's emergence. Bron Breakker's involvement marks a new milestone in his WWE ascent. Once seen as a raw prospect, he's now standing face-to-face with one of the most iconic voices in modern wrestling. Breakker's confidence, his willingness to confront Punk without hesitation, suggests WWE is positioning him as a future main eventer. Whether he wins or not, sharing a ring and blows with CM Punk puts him on the fast track to superstardom. His declaration that "the dog's done waiting" echoed through social media moments after, becoming the night's most quoted line. The X Factor of Logan Paul. Then there's Logan Paul, the wild card. Love him or hate him, he's carved out a legitimate spot in WWE's storytelling landscape. His timing, his athleticism, and his polarizing persona make him the perfect foil for someone like Punk, whose authenticity defines him. Their potential clash isn't just about wrestling, it's about identity, old-school credibility versus modern fame, discipline versus virality. That tension practically writes itself. Paul Heyman's shadow. Heyman's appearance signals that manipulation and mind games will drive the next few weeks. His words about kings and crowns weren't random insults, they were psychological hooks. Heyman's alliances always hint at larger machinations, and his pairing with Reed and Breakker could be the birth of a new faction, one designed to dethrone Punk by overwhelming him with both size and strategy. The fact that he didn't need to raise his voice once to command attention shows why he remains one of wrestling's most enduring strategists. The bigger picture for Raw. From a storytelling perspective, this episode accomplished something vital. It re-energized the World Heavyweight title picture and gave fans multiple entry points for investment. Every name Punk mentioned has a legitimate claim to challenge, and every potential matchup brings its own flavor, whether it's powerhouse intensity, technical precision, or psychological warfare. The show ended without a definitive challenger, and that's exactly the point. For the first time in months, the world title scene feels wide open, unpredictable, and alive. What comes next? So, what happens from here? The possibilities are endless. Punk versus Breakker could headline the next premium event, while Reed's involvement suggests a potential triple threat scenario. Logan Paul, ever the opportunist, might use his influence to insert himself into the mix, while veterans like AJ Styles or Finn Balor could emerge from the shadows demanding their due. Even John Cena's name being mentioned has fans buzzing. Could we be heading toward a generational face-off between two of the most outspoken icons in wrestling history? Whatever direction WWE chooses, one thing is certain. CM Punk has transformed Monday Night Raw into must-see television again. His blend of authenticity, defiance, and storytelling skill ensures that even a single promo can change the entire landscape. The title on his shoulder isn't just gold, it's a symbol of creative freedom, unpredictability, and the spark that keeps fans talking long after the cameras stop rolling. Final Thoughts tonight wasn't about pyrotechnics or scripted confrontation. It was about energy, the kind that reminds fans why they fell in love with wrestling in the first place. CM Punk stood in that ring and made everyone feel something: admiration, anger, inspiration, anticipation. That's rare, and it's powerful. As the locker room scrambles to respond, and the fans keep debating who deserves the next shot, one truth stands tall. Punk isn't just holding a championship, he's holding the pulse of WWE itself.